Okay. According to RAINN, the Rape, Abuse, and Incest National Network, 11.2% of all college students will experience some form of sexual assault during their time in college. And according to the National Center of Education Statistics, the 40% roughly of all crime committed on college campuses falls under the umbrella of violent crime. It's because of these statistics that I hold the firm belief that every student at any level of schooling really, but especially in college, has some knowledge of different forms of self-defense. It's been shown in surveys from USA Today and Odyssey News Network that self-defense not only raises self-confidence in oneself, it allows you to feel more prepared instead of paranoid in a situation where you would be alone somewhere. And it's just a great skill to know how to have. So in this speech, I will be teaching you some basic self-defense techniques. For my first point, I'll be showing you basic striking. For my second point, I'll be showing you how to deal with an attacker coming from a compromising position, such as behind or on top of you. And third, I'll teach you how to execute a Kimura lock to disable an attacker. So moving on to my first point, basic striking. So with the body comes naturally with 9 parts to strike with: the head, the hands, the elbows, knees, and feet. Using the head is extremely reckless, so we're only going to use 8. With the hands, it comes down to basic punching, creating impact with jabs, straights, uppercuts, and hooks. With the elbows, it's for cutting. So you would aim for the opponent's eyes, under the eye line or above the eye line, to cut, to create swelling and bleeding, to take that type of, to take vision out of their equation. And with the knees would come into heavy impact, and the feet would also come into heavy impact and creating distance. So the first thing you need to know is using a basic fighting stance. Facing your opponent, turning your body to roughly a 45-degree angle, and having your hands up in fists, guarding your neck, jaw, and chest. Coming into punching, you can come in with straights, quick jabs, uppercuts, and hooks. And with punching to disable someone, you would want to aim for the jawline, the neckline, or the chest. As I said with the elbows, you would come in and swing in for the eye lines. With knees, you will be using your back leg always, bringing in the person if they were in close proximity to you, and meeting them halfway into the body with the top of the knee. And with the feet, you can do 2 different things. Create distance by using a teep kick, by being in your fighting stance, using your back leg, coming up and aiming your foot into the bottom of the sternum or into the solar plexus, the bundle of nerves that regulate breathing. It creates a distance and it can knock the wind out of your opponent. Also, you can disable someone completely with a kick by using the torque from the turn on the kick, aiming for either the knee, the hip, or the rib cage. Next, into my second point, I'm going to show you how to deal with an attacker in a compromised position. So, say I was facing this way and Lizzie was to come behind me on my left side. I assess the situation, I realize where she is, I can bring my hand back, using my elbow, into the sternum. Doing this would immediately create distance, knocking the wind out of someone right there in the solar plexus because it does regulate your breathing. And you can turn and create a greater amount of distance with a kick to either ready yourself for what to come next or to even try to get away. And another compromised position would be from the guard position, which is on your back. So if someone was to come and attack you and they would be on top of you, you would be in your fighting stance here, guarding your face and your chest. From the guard, you can punch, elbow, and you can knee if allowed. And the proper way to get out of this position would be to grab the person, disabling their hands, pushing out with your legs and up, and removing them from that position. And on to my third point, I'll teach you how to execute a Kimura lock. So with a Kimura would be your opponent's facing in front of you, and it's a lock to disable the shoulder and arm. So I would be grabbing the outside, you commit to one side, grab the outside arm. You're going to bring your inside arm over the shoulder, in, under, making sure you hit the bend of the elbow, and you can lock in here, and you can disable someone in many different ways, but you'd always bring your leg in to create that extra pressure onto the shoulder with them leaning on you. So from here, you can bring the elbow up to dislocate the shoulder. You can bring the elbow up and turn to break the femur. I mean, not the femur, the humerus. You can pull in tight whilst turning to tear tendons in the elbow, and you can torque the wrist and break it. That's how you would execute a Kimura from a standing position. And from the guard, it would be somewhat similar. So again, on your back with someone on top of you, you would bring them in. Let me do this side. You would bring them in, committing to one side, grabbing that wrist, coming in and over, making sure you get in the bend of the elbow, grabbing your wrist, and pulling them down. From here, it's much more devastating if you can wrap your legs and essentially hang on them, creating even a greater amount of pressure on their shoulder. In this speech today, I covered different self-defense techniques from basic striking with the hands, elbows, knees, and feet. I demonstrated how to disable someone coming from behind you in the manner of elbowing in and creating distance with the kick. And I showed you how to execute a Kimura lock to disable an attacker's arm. It's my hope that the day would never come where you'd have to use techniques such as these, but if that day did come, you would be prepared for it. Thank you.